Hello, my name is Laura Rose Hisrick, and I am the Hospitality Chair for the Eugene Weaving Guild. And as we can't meet in person and share our projects that way, I'm going to show you how to put your project on Ravelry so that we can at least see them. We still can't feel them or smell them, but we can at least see and learn about each other's projects. So the first thing you'll need to do is make a Ravelry account, and that's super easy. And if you haven't done it, you just go to ravelry.com and click join now, and it walks you through it. Super easy. Then, before you go to add a project, it's a good idea to put all the pictures you're going to want to use in a folder on your desktop. So here are my pictures in JPEG form because I know that works with everything. So those are there. Here's Ravelry. I'm going to click login. It takes you to the welcome page. Up in the upper right hand corner, see a little profile picture and it says my notebook. Click on that. The first choice is projects. Just click on that. And you see, I already have 29 projects. Most of them are knitting projects because I only recently realized that you can now add weaving projects to Ravelry, which is awesome. So over on the left-hand side, up in the corner, it says add a project. Click that. Witchcraft. Choose weaving. Name your project. I'm calling this my base camp blankie because it's from my little base camp travel trailer. Click continue. Made for me and my husband Seth. Link to Ravelry. Now this is cool because if you want someone specific who's in your friends on Ravelry already, you can just type their name in and it will start showing you how many Dianes do you have in your friends on Ravelry. So if I wanted Diane Oregon, who's in the Weaving Guild, to see this, I don't know why that pops up, I could just click on her and then this link would be sent to her. But she doesn't specifically need to see this. She'll see it in our Eugene Weaving Guild group. Finish by, there's a little calendar over here. You just click on that. And unless you're going to finish it by December, make sure you click the right year. I would like to finish this by the middle of January next year. Size made, it's going to be a full sized or a double bed sized UBLE. Weaving tags. Here you just put any adjectives you can think of that might help people who are looking for ideas find your project. Stash buster, it's going to be very woolly. It's going to be cozy, slightly itchy. Yeah, it's going to be easy. It is going to be pieced. I'm going to make long pieces and then put them together. I don't need to put, well, I should probably put blanket. Oh no, because next is add category. Select a category, click the drop-down menu. It's a home good blanket. It's a bedspread. There we go. So that will help people find it also if they're like, how can I make a bedspread? The draft is from my brain. The draft name is Plain Weave with Striped Warp. Anything you type in there is going to be searchable by the Ravelry search engines. Loom. You can put all of your looms into your profile. You just click add loom here and you could add, I have a lap loom that I am not using for this, but I'm showing you how to add. It's from Harrisville. Its model is a lap loom. Up here for the name, you could put a little nickname. I'll call Little Friendly because it's called a friendly lap loom. Click save and add. Oh, no, I'm not going to use that one after all, so I'll hit remove this tool. Yes. What one am I really going to use? I'm really going to use the baby wolf. Ends per inch, it's super fat yarn, so we are doing 6 ends per inch. It's going to be fast weaving, which is good because it's going to be huge. Yarns, this is one of my favorite things about Ravelry. Click add yarn. Now, one thing I've noticed that I wish they would have on here is that you can't differentiate which ones you're using for your warp and which ones you're using for your weft. So I'm going to put my weft yarn in first because that one works with the database. It's a Reynolds, so it's a very common big company. So I'm just going to start typing in Reynolds. And it's called Turnberry Tweed. So I'm just going to type in a little bit of that. And then I'm going to click on this linker here. And it will search the database and see if it's already in here. Woohoo! There it is, Turnberry Tweed. So I click that. And that populates a lot of the information so that I don't have to type it in later. So the colorway, oh, is number 25, which doesn't say what color it is. I wonder if I can type something. Oh, I can type something in there. I'm going to call this Blue Heather. Closest color, blue. Dye lot, oh, because we're definitely going to be able to match this 30-year-old yarn, 2460. The weight's filled in. The skeins, I have 11 skeins of this for my weft. Purchased at, well, if you purchase it at a real store, such as Cozy in Eugene, let's see. Yeah, I could just click here and that would fill in that information. Okay, that's not where I got it though. I got it from my friend Marina's stash when she was downsizing. And that was a couple years ago. I'm going to say, I'm just going to guess 2016. I can always go back and I'm just going to say November because it's November now. Total paid, she charged us a grand total of $1 per skein to be given to the local food bank, and I have 11 skeins, so it's $11. Now, if I had other colors of this same yarn, I could just click copy and add another colorway, and it would fill in all of that information already that I got from Marina Stash and all that sort of stuff. I don't have any other colors, so I'm just going to hit trash. Oops. Yes, I'm sure I want to remove that. Okay, now I'm going to add another yarn. Now, I don't think any of the other yarns that I'm using are in the database because I already checked. I was really hopeful that this one would be because it's from Harrisville Designs. So I'm just going to type it. I'm going to try one more time. Harrisville Designs. And it's called, brilliantly enough, knitting yarn. It might be the same as this, but it's not. I don't want to fill that in because that's not what it's called. So I'm going to click none of the above. The colorway is number 36, High Garnet. Closest color is maroon a choice? Ooh, definitely not natural. So maroon's not a choice, so I'm going to say red, red. Dye lot, again, probably not going to match it, 8360, because it's really bold. So now I have to fill in my own weight. Everybody calls this sort of worsted weight, but I think it's a little heavier than that, but that's okay. 200 yards. Just type it in. 100 grams. How many skeins of this do I have? I have 3. Purchased at Marina's Stash. It was practically like a store. It could have been called Marina's Stash. Purchase date. I'll put the same date in that I did before. Maybe someday I'll go look up and see when that really was. Total paid $3. All right, and so I have a lot of yarns. I'm not going to make you watch me put them all in. I'll come back and do that later. So, project notes. I like to start at the beginning and then put in little updates as I go along. I love the project notes, so any problems that you have or things you figure out about your process or your project are really helpful to people to see. But you don't have to do any if you don't want to. So I'll fill that in later because I can go on and on if you couldn't tell. And let's see, the other really great thing about this is you get to add photos. So come up, back up sort of to the top, and you click add photos. It says you can drag and drop. We can try that. I usually just do choose files because I've found that drag and drop doesn't work all the time with every browser or whatever. But I'm just going to try it. So I'm going to select all my photos out of my folder, grab them, and drag them down there. Oh, I told you Ravelry is amazing. Hopefully yes, good, nice and quick. So there's all of my photos. So here I can put notes with my photos, even though I couldn't say that it was the weft earlier. I can just write weft. And here I can write weft. And here I can write, oh, you click on the pencil, weft. Oh, I didn't hit save. I bet these didn't save. Nope, didn't. If you get your picture in there, see, if you get your picture in there the wrong way, you can see that when you click that, rotate is choice. Ooh. Another tip is that when you're taking the pictures, if you think to take them in the square format from your phone, that really works a lot better, the square, because it makes them square anyway. And you can, let's see. Oops, I rotated it. Oh well, it doesn't matter, it's just a pile of skeins. You can crop. So it says drag the photo to center it within the square. Okay, well, it's already centered, but I can also make it a little bigger, I think. Oh, maybe not. But if I had a rectangle, I could move it around and get the square part that I like. Finished with photos. I'm not gonna put all the captions on, but you can see I took pictures of my plan, of my warp order, of my draft, which is just a, I can't remember what that's called. I've only been weaving for 4 years. Let's see. All right, so there's all my pictures and they all show up over here on the left. Another thing you can do on the projects is up here on the upper right is the status is in progress. Sure. Happiness. Oh, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited so far. Progress. I would say, well, I have the yarn figured out. I have the plan figured out. I haven't wound the warp yet. I haven't warped the loom. I haven't started weaving. So I may be 10% done. So I just clicked 10% there. And I'm going to say I started this. I'll just say I started it today. It just shows up on today. It's not completed. And then share with a group. Well, I want to share this with my weaving guild. I think I will also share it with Soggy Stitches because the woman who I got all the yarn from was from that knitting group. So there's just so much you can, after you use the yarn, you can rate it. And then I do want to make sure I go to the bottom and click Save Changes. And there it is. When I come over and I go to my project, there's my project. Base Camp Blakey, work in progress, 10% done. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you start putting your projects in. It's a great place to share ideas and see each other's successes in this crazy time. Thanks for watching.